It's fascinating. As this was kind of unfolding, you were very vocal about whether or not this kind of deal would actually go through. Even before Elon Musk had talked about buying the deal, it was simply about taking a stake, and you were very skeptical. What do you make of these developments?
I think the board's going to say no to 54.20. Obviously, the reference price is not professional, or I don't think the board wants to deal with that for various reasons. We think the bid would have to be about 60. Number two, I don't think the board wants a single owner. They want this to be operated by a consortium. Third, what's the backup opportunity? Brett Taylor, who's on the board, is extremely well connected in the technology community. He knows everyone in tech. Egon Durbin knows everyone in the private equity finance world. So they're well protected from the board. In my perspective, they've got great co-captains among others on that board. So I don't worry about that. The question is, what is Musk going to do with the stock? He said he would dump it if he got a no, and this is the final offer. Like this is not an acceptable offer. They will not accept this. So that's my view. But we'll see what happens.
They might accept 60. Let's say that he does walk away and the stock tanks on the back of it. Does that open the door to somebody else? Would somebody else be interested?
It could. I mean, here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. So who's going to come in that's going to get regulatory approval? None of the social media companies can. And then could Microsoft come in? They're consuming Activision and Nuance. Could some other tech Salesforce.com tried to buy this in the past, and investors went irate at Mark Benioff and he backed off. So I don't think that he can go back to it. Can Egon Durbin collectively find a group of investors to put something together as a collection? Maybe, but many have said that won't happen. So I think right now it's in a it's a tough spot. So that's the right opportunity might be could Musk offer a higher price combined with some structure around this where the board feels comfortable, because you don't want to accept this just for the price. They have to think about the next decade of running this company and ultimately what does this mean? And so like the board has a responsibility to investors as well as the employees and the long-term health of this company. And I don't think this in the short term is the right offer.
Brent, let's consider the flip side of the equation, that this deal is perhaps accepted and Elon Musk does own Twitter. Can he successfully monetize it? What's your take?
I think he has phenomenal ideas. So we put a note out last night before this whole thing broke, analyzing Musk's tweets. And in the note, we highlighted, there were a few areas that we thought he had some really good things to say. And one of the things we looked at is, why would he say converting the headquarters to a homeless shelter in San Francisco? And if you look at the revenue per employee for Twitter, it's not good, right? It's been trending lower. It's not anywhere near their peers. So I think he has a point. So I think he has a lot of great ideas. And as we've said, DBAM, don't bet against Musk. Like, he is a user interface technology genius. Anyone that has a Tesla knows what I'm talking about. So can he do the right thing, for the story? I think he can. I think he can have a lot of improvement, but I think it has to be done in a way where it's not just him, and it's done with a collection of people that have a vote rather than just him.
I'm sure that was Elon calling, asking for some advice. Sounds like pretty smart things you're saying right now. Let's just talk about where this leaves Tesla. Is it a zero-sum game? If Elon Musk wants Twitter, does he have to sell a whole bunch of Tesla stock? Do you think this is him acting alone, or do you think others would come in with him for this deal?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's hard to understand his exact net worth, but it looked like initially it was less than 1% of his net worth. So, this it seems like a rounding error, for him. Ultimately, I think what the board, and if I was the CEO of Twitter, would want to have a collection of independent members that would help oversee this. I think the worry is he has so many extreme thoughts about what this would look like. I think it would worry a lot of people. Would he just take, severe action and ultimately maybe hurt the company with some of these initial moves. But look, I think the underlying spirit of what he's tweeting and what he's saying about Twitter is absolutely true, right? This has not been a great stock for shareholders over time. The service itself needs a lot of improvement. The user interface is in one advertiser's perspective, not mine. They have had no improvements for a decade, and Snap added 10 new improvements in just the last year. Everyone in the industry is, has been commenting. So I think we believe in what he's saying, in the improvement, but I think ultimately, how does he enact that? I think that's the worry. Is it going to be done in a, Leonardo DiCaprio style with the flamethrower in that movie? Like we don't want the flamethrower out on this. We want it done in a gentle, easy way that does the right thing to restore the health of the company over time.